My dear students, hi, good evening to everybody. I am Chandrasekhar, your chemistry mentor. Daily I am going to upload JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, NEET, and CSR NET, all competitive examinations. I am uploading videos. So at the same time, I think you might have watched my videos. If you like it, you don't forget to subscribe to enrich my subject, to enrich your subject also. As a matter of servicing somewhat, I am doing this job. At the same time, I have taken daily for first year intermediates, second intermediates, 300 questions I have taken. I have selected questions. Daily I am going to give only two questions. Only two questions. So for first year two questions, one 2 marks and one 4 marks question. At the same time, second year one 2 marks and four marks questions. Kindly keep it in mind. 300 questions I am going to complete by the end of April 30th. Both 2 marks, I am going to cover 4 marks, I am going to cover 8 marks. Don't only mention not only questions name, I am going to deliver the questions detailed explanation that I am going to do for both second and first year. Not only both first and second year, I am also CBSE students also. I am going to give intermediate paper is different than compared to CBSE papers, reasoning type, assertion type, somewhat applications type, for which I am going to give CBSE, for benefit of CBSE students also I am going to upload videos in the ensuing days. So besides that, actually I have uploaded videos for my students daily. So as a matter of courtesy, I have already conducted 4 quiz competitions for our JEE main students and NEET aspirant students. Today I am going to take which of the following salt is the most basic in aqueous solution? Which of the following salt is most basic in aqueous solution? Here, so potassium acetate. Potassium acetate, easily we can smell it. If you react with potassium acetate with water, aqueous solution is nothing but water. CH3COOK, potassium acetate, react with water, we get acetic acid and potassium hydroxide. You know, when potassium acetate, CH3COOK react with water, we have acetic acid and potassium hydroxide. No doubt acetic acid is a weak acid, potassium hydroxide is a strong base. So no doubt, definitely potassium acetate is the right answer. When potassium acetate, aqueous solution react with potassium acetate, definitely we have a acetic acid which is a weak acid and potassium hydroxide which is strong base. So potassium hydroxide is the right answer. Next, another one, the most important one. Here, kindly keep it in mind. Which of the following are Lewis acids? Which of the following are Lewis acids? You know very well. What is Lewis acid? A substance which has a tendency to accept electron pair through coordinate covalent bond. Which has a tendency to donate electron pair is Lewis base. Which has a tendency to accept electron pair is Lewis acid. Okay. Here, 4 species has given. Among these 4 species, if you kindly keep it in mind, BCl3 and AlCl3, boron trichloride and aluminum chloride have vacant p orbital. A species which has vacant p orbital, that species, that molecule has a tendency to accept electron pair. So, if you observe the 4 A, B, C, D, I think boron trichloride has, in boron trichloride, it is example of coordinate covalent bond. It has a vacant orbital, vacant p orbital. At the same time, if you go for aluminum chloride also, if you observe vacant p orbital. So, vacant p orbital and incomplete octet. Kindly keep it in mind. Vacant p orbital means incomplete octet. Octet configuration is not at all satisfied. So, kindly keep it in mind. Boron trichloride and AlCl3 is the right answer because they have vacant p orbital and incomplete octet configuration. Incomplete octet configuration. Boron trichloride and AlCl3 both act as a Lewis acid. What is Lewis acid? A substance which has a tendency to accept electron pair through coordinate covalent bond. So they must possess empty orbital. So they are in a position to accept electron pair from the Lewis base, for which I can say Al boron trichloride and AlCl3 both have vacant p orbital and incomplete octet configuration. So they act as a Lewis acid. Lewis acid. So here when some lengthy question, but the easy question, 2018 slot I am discussing. Kindly keep it in mind. Phenol on treatment with carbon dioxide in the presence of sodium hydroxide followed by the acidification products compound X obtained. Right. Let me repeat once again. I have mentioned phenol, I have mentioned carbon dioxide, I have mentioned sodium hydroxide. Whenever your chemistry chemistry mentor has mentioned phenol, carbon dioxide and sodium hydroxide, kindly keep it in mind. You must be remember that is nothing but Kolbe reaction. Kolbe reaction. Here I already informed you Reimer-Tamer reaction and Kolbe reaction. Reimer-Tamer reaction, we have a salicylic acid obtained ortho-hydroxybenzoic acid. Reimer-Tamer reaction, we have a salicylic acid. I'm sorry, Reimer-Tamer reaction, we have a salicylaldehyde. Reimer-Tamer reaction, we have a salicylaldehyde, ortho-hydroxybenzoaldehyde. But in Kolbe reaction, we have a salicylic acid. Salicylic acid. So whenever your chemistry mentor giving lectures on phenol, sodium hydroxide, carbon dioxide and acidification, these four things are enough to identify the reaction. What is the reaction? Kolbe reaction. In Kolbe reaction, what product obtained? Come on, tell me. Phenol, carbon dioxide, sodium hydroxide. Phenol reactive with sodium hydroxide, sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide reactive with carbon dioxide in presence of H plus acidification. What happened? Salicylic acid we have. We obtained salicylic acid we get. So after getting salicylic acid, in Kolbe reaction we will have salicylic acid. In Reimer-Tamer reaction we have a salicylaldehyde. Phenol, chloroform, sodium hydroxide. Phenol, chloroform, sodium hydroxide. In case of Reimer-Tamer reaction, salicylaldehyde. In Reimer-Tamer reaction we have a salicylaldehyde. In Kolbe reaction we have a salicylic acid. Okay? Okay. XNA compound. We have XNA compound. The compound name is salicylic acid. Phenol, carbon dioxide, sodium hydroxide he has mentioned. Which compound? Acidification. Salicylic acid. Again, on treatment with acidic anhydride in presence of catalytic amount of H2SO4, what happened? Again, we have a salicylic acid. After having salicylic acid reactive with acidic anhydride, from phenol to salicylic acid, this is nothing but Kolbe reaction. Kindly keep it in mind. Phenol to salicylic acid, nothing but salicylic acid, nothing but Kolbe reaction. Phenol to salicylaldehyde is nothing but Reimer-Tamer reaction. Reimer-Tamer reaction. So salicylic acid react with acidic anhydride in presence of con H2SO4, we get acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl salicylic acid. This is nothing but aspirin, pain reliever. Pain reliever. Whenever you have a pain, doctors will prescribe aspirin, which is non-narcotic, which is not at all sedative, which kills the pain, which removes the pain, but not sedative. That is nothing but non-narcotic. A substance which kills the pain, which relieves the pain, is nothing but non-narcotic. That is aspirin. Aspirin is name acetyl salicylic acid. When salicylic acid react with acetic anhydride in presence of con H2SO4, we will have Aspirin. See, acetyl salicylic acid. So this also bit was asked in 2018 slide, most important bit, kindly keep it in mind. Another bit, the total number of lone pairs of electrons in I3 minus ion. Recent previous videos I have uploaded this question. I3 minus ion. I3 minus ion. I3 minus ion, how you have to find number of lone pairs? You draw the structure. You kindly identify the hybridization. I3 minus. Iodine is nothing but halogen. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they are halogens. Halogens outermost configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. That is nothing but ns2, np5. ns2, np5 means 7 electrons are there. In halogens, each atom possesses 7 electrons in outermost configuration. Okay. So I3 minus 3 iodine. So 3 into 7, 21 electrons are there. Minus he has mentioned, add minus, that is 22 electrons are there. Iodide I3 minus hybridization. First of all, you have to calculate the trick to find out the hybridization. Kindly listen to me. Iodine 7 valence electron undergoes halogens family. Iodine is halogen family. 17th group element. Outermost configuration 7 electrons are there. 3 iodine molecules are there. 7 into 3, 21 electrons. Minus he has mentioned 21 plus 1 electron. If it is a plus side, you remove electron. If it is a minus, you add electron. So 21 plus 1, 22 electrons are there. You divided with 8. If electrons are more than 8, more than 16, you have to divide it with 8. 8 to 16. Again you have 6. You divided with 2. 2, 3, 6. Here 2, here 3. 2 plus 3 is nothing but 5. 5 ante sp3d hybridization. I3 minus undergo sp3d hybridization. Besides that, the number of lone pairs in each number of lone pairs of electrons iodine minus I3 minus ion. So in each iodine atom, we have 3 lone pairs. So total 9 lone pairs are there. I3 minus, the deadly important challenge bit. I3 minus, people feel difficulty to mention the hybridization and number of lone pairs present in I3 minus. But our students, I hope will not forget. I3 minus is nothing but sp3d hybridization. Iodine 7 electrons are there. 3 iodine, 7 into 3, 21 electrons are there. Minus 22 electrons. Divided 8 to 16. Again we have 6. Again you have to divide it 2, 3. So total 2 plus 3, 5. This is nothing but 8 sp3d. Yes, 3p, 1d, sp3d. So each iodine accommodate 3 lone pairs. So we have 9 lone pairs are there, I3 minus. 9 lone pairs are there, I3 minus. Another important bit is, according to molecular orbital theory, which of the following will not be viable molecule? Viable. This molecule does not exist. Which molecule does not exist? In general, I uploaded many videos regarding bond order. So I already informed many times. A person knows bond order perfectly. I have mentioned many tricks also. Definitely he will have 4 marks in his hand. But it is your choice. You go watch my previous videos. I have uploaded many videos, many tricks regarding bond order. So here what he has mentioned, He2 plus, He2 minus, He2 2 minus, He2 2 plus. So definitely you will have an idea. If you calculate the number of electrons, definitely you will have an idea. What is that idea? If you go through it, H2 2 minus, H2 already 2 electrons are there. 2 minus means 2 plus 2, 4 electrons are there. Sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2. What is the bond order? Number of bonding electrons 2, number of antibonding electrons 2. So 2 minus 2, nothing but 0. 0 by anything is 0. So H2 2 minus 2, kindly keep it in mind. H2 means H2 H 1 electron, H2 2 electrons, H2 2 minus. Again you have to add 2 electrons. 2 plus 2, 4 electrons are there. 4 electrons are there means sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2. This is nothing but bond order is nothing but number of bonding electrons minus number of anti-bonding electrons by 2. So 2 bonding electrons, anti-bonding electrons 2, 2 minus 2, 0. So H2 2 minus does not exist. The molecule ion bond order, if it is 0, that molecule does not exist. That is not at all viable. Okay. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Tomorrow I will upload some more questions. So I am very much particular to upload constant on parallel with JEE mains, JEE advanced, NEET, CSR net. Besides that, I am also upload many videos with explanation, with decent explanation for the benefit of my students. So at least I want to do something some in my chemistry to utilize for all the people throughout India. So kindly keep it in mind. Kindly watch video continuously. Kindly understand the questions which I have sent for the board exams also. If you like it, you subscribe my channel Matuku Malli Chandrasekhar Rao. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Stay home, stay healthy, wear mask, wear sanitizer, be safety norms to prevent COVID-19 pandemic. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Yours Chandrasekhar.